Hi, I'm Molly Peterson, and today I'm going to talk to you about the importance of father involvement in the home with children. The very best thing a father could ever do for his child is to be involved in his or her life. Above everything else, it's one of the most important things that he could find himself doing. If a father is involved in their child's life, many benefits come to the child. I had my father very involved in my life, and I had many advantages to that. There are 5 reasons why a father is so important in a child's life and why it's important for him to be involved. First, a child is more secure with themselves when a father is involved. A child learns better life skills to help them as adults and through their education. A child is more secure knowing they're being listened to. A child needs a good example to emulate. And lastly, a child needs to feel genuine love from their father. If a father is present in a child's life, they're more secure with themselves and better ready for the real world when they're adults. James E. Faust said in a 1993 conference report, he said, and I quote, "Much of the crime and many of the behavioral disorders in the United States come from homes where the father has abandoned the children. In many societies of the world over, child poverty, crime, drug abuse, and family decay can be traced to conditions where the father gives no male nurturing. Sociologically, it is now painfully apparent that fathers are not optional family baggage. We need to honor the position of the father as primary provider for physical and spiritual needs. I state this with no reluctance because the Lord has revealed that this obligation is placed upon husbands." Elder Faust also goes on by saying, "Research also shows that fathers are critical and crucial in establishment of gender in children. Interestingly, fatherly involvement produces stronger sexual identity and character in both boys and girls. It is well established that the masculinity of sons and femininity of daughters are each greater when the fathers are active in family life." I feel that fathers need to also be active in the role of their child's education. If this would be a priority, many who are struggling financially now or who will be in the future would have a better education and job to fall back on. Children would learn more life skills and be able to get a better job in the workforce. Children with a better education have better self-esteem. The National Household Education Survey of 1996 stated that, and I quote, "Parents who are highly involved in their children's schools are more likely to also be involved at home. Highly involvement by the father or mother can make a positive difference for children's learning across kindergarten through 12th grade. Highly involved parents offer their children greater connections to the larger community." Close quote. What more could you want for your child in their community than to feel connected? Next, children need their fathers to be involved in their lives. Today, so many fathers don't live at home with their children, or they come home from work and they keep to themselves. They eat by themselves. They watch what they want on TV and go to bed. Children need an involved father to listen to them, to ask them how their day was, to help them with problems, to teach them different things from religion to basketball. A good way a father can be involved with their children is by coaching them in a sport, being together with them at church functions, or taking the time to be with them in different recreational activities. A father of a 9-year-old boy said, "Time is something, once it's gone forever. So you can look back and think, well, gee, I wish I would have spent more time with my kids when they were younger. I wish I would have spent more time with them when they were in high school or whatever. But once it's gone, that's it." The fourth thing I feel that fathers need to do for their children is to be a good example to them. They need to be a good example in everything that they do, even if they don't think the kids are watching. There is a quote by David O. McKay that is about the mothers, and I'm going to read it. "A mother has far greater influence on her children than anyone else, and she must realize that every word she speaks, every act, every response, her attitude, even her appearance and manner of dress affect the lives of her children and her whole family. It is while the child is in the home that he gains from his mother the attitudes, hopes, and beliefs that will determine the kind of life he will live and the contribution he will make to society. I think this quote should be about fathers just as well. The father's influence affects the lives of their children so much. Just like this quote says about the mother, I too say about the father. Every word he speaks, every act, every response, his attitude, his appearance, and manner of dress affect the lives of his children. I think that if a father knew this, the world might be different. Lastly, I think the fifth most important thing a father can show his children is love. If he doesn't show them love, they look for it other places. This is why teen pregnancy is growing so much. Relationships between boys and girls are starting at a younger age than ever before. They don't feel love at home, so they look for it elsewhere. I know that if a father shows his son or daughter love, they would have more a sense of self-worth and their self-esteem would rise. In the book Marriages and Families, it states that 1/3 of births are to single women. The book also quotes a father who said, I quote, "I suppose I could have concentrated on my career more if I hadn't had children, but love has always counted for more to me than money. You can't hold a $100 bill in your lap and read a story to it." Close quote. I hope that fathers in the world realize that their children need love. I hope they'll realize that the world will be better if they don't walk away from their fatherhood responsibilities. President Monson said, "Fathers, I would counsel you to be patient with your children. I would encourage you to be available to your children. I have heard it said that no man, as death approaches, has ever declared that he wished he had spent more time at the office." Close quote. That is from the 1990 Ensign. I feel my experiences with my own father have been impactful. I feel I watched my father in everything that he did. He was such a great example and a big instrument in what I am today. My dad, from comparing him to other dads, I feel was quite wonderful. I thought all dads were supposed to be that way. I've learned through the years what a blessing it was to have the kind of dad I had in my life. He taught me many life lessons by teaching me to play catch and tennis, swimming, volleyball, racquetball, and many other sports. He's taught me how to be patient and quiet at testing times in life. He's taught me to serve in any calling I'm called to and to be friends to everyone. My dad was my first example of a good priesthood holder and an example of what a good father is. He showed me the qualities to look for in my husband and how to work hard. He's taught me to laugh at things and how to strive to be happy through life's challenges. My dad taught me the importance of the scriptures and prayer and how to implement them in my own family as well. Most of these things my dad didn't talk to me about, but he taught me through his example. Having a father in the home is such a blessing. It was such a blessing in my own life, and it is such a blessing to my own children's lives as well. Having a father in the home is a blessing to society. I think that if fathers knew how much children yearn for that love from them and from the affection and support that they can give them, they would make themselves a bigger part of their children's lives, and society would be better as a whole.